Let's talk about that Spider-Man trailer, right? Hi. uh, Here's the thing. I didn't film this week. I have literally a minute and a half worth of footage, and that's it. It's 3 different clips, mind you. But, yeah. So I'm gonna roll the little bit of footage I have that I want to show you right now. I just talked to someone. I talked to a girl, and I really like her, and she likes me. And we played games together on my stream. I don't want to go too into it in case it doesn't work out or anything like that. But I'm just like overwhelmingly excited. I really don't want to be let down. I like almost want to cry. I'm really happy about it, but I'm also scared because I'm nervous, and yeah. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna go in the vlog or not, but Anita is coming over for the first time today, and I'm really nervous, but I'm also really excited. So hopefully it goes well. I made her, well, I had these like Valentine's Day things from 2009 that I've had, and I put to Anita from Andrew and the date. So hopefully, if things are going well, I'm gonna give it to her. Okay. Well, now that I've done that, let's talk about that Spider-Man trailer, right? As you can assume, the entire world has exploded over this new Spider-Man trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. Obviously, movie comes out in December, what, 17th or something like that. The internet's gone crazy with theories and leaks, and we've got all this stuff. We've got allegedly Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield reprising their roles. I'm assuming in the final third act of No Way Home. And I loved the trailer. I loved the first one. I loved this new one that just came out. Though I'm not as hyped on the second trailer because it's just more of confirming all of my suspicions I had rather than surprising me. Did make a thread on Twitter, and I wanted to talk about it. Kind of give my thoughts on the trailer as a whole. So, first of all, I love the trailer. I thought it was great. I thought the CG looked really good. I thought the shots we saw of Doc Ock on the bridge definitely have improved since the first trailer. I'm excited to see the movie when it comes out. And yeah, for my stance as a Spider-Man fan, I've always loved Spider-Man. One of my earliest memories is watching Tobey Maguire, the first Spider-Man, on DVD. And I checked, that came out on DVD in November 2002. So I likely watched that when I was 2 or 3 years old, with my oldest brother, James, and his friends, down in this basement, where my Lego and stuff sits currently. And I have a soft spot for Spider-Man. It's just the way it is. He's my favorite character of all time. I don't know everything about him. I'm not like a super fan, but I love Spider-Man. I've always loved Andrew Garfield's portrayal of the character because it resonates a lot more with me. I understand a lot of people don't like it, comic inaccurate, stuff like that. I think it's very similar to the Ultimate Spider-Man, and it's also a very updated and relatable version of the character. Tom Holland, I'm okay with. Tobey Maguire, I'm okay with. I greatly prefer Andrew Garfield, and I just love those movies. I watched them at a formative time in my life. I love them. So my excitement for this movie is high. But my anticipation for all of the cameos and the tie-ins, I'm more excited for that than I am watching Tom Holland's Peter progress. Because I don't really like the direction I've taken with that character. Anyways, here's basically my thread. I'm going to read through it and talk about it. Here's my predictions for Spider-Man No Way Home based on that trailer. Doc Ock's arms are red because the AI of Peter's Iron Spider suit neutralizes his arms and gives auto control rather than him being controlled. Basically, a new inhibitor chip, effectively making him a good guy. This allows him to work with Peter and his cohorts to help stop the like multiversal issue and then fight the Green Goblin. The only villains we're going to see through the first and second act are going to be Ock and Goblin. This is a bold choice that I think they're going to make, and it's one I really think is going to happen. I think we're going to see Act 1, beginning of Act 2, is going to be that fight on the bridge. Act 2 is going to be kind of coming up with this fight on how to take down the Green Goblin. Maybe we'll get a little fight, a little scuffle in there. He's going to get his armor damaged. That's when he'll swap, or maybe some sort of multiversal will make him get different armor. Instead of that classic Goblin suit, we'll get the new one. We saw it for just a flash in the trailer. The concept art and the behind-the-scenes set photos that leaked out of it, which look, by the way, they look really cool. And then we'll go into the third act expecting to have like this sort of kind of multiversal thing. Then Doctor Strange will have to try to keep the multiverse together, and that's when we'll get all these other villains coming in. That's when we'll get Venom. That's when we'll get Sandman, the Lizard, and Electro. I think that's mostly going to happen in Act 2/3. I think Electro is going to pop in a little earlier. Electro and Sandman are going to pop in a little earlier. I think they're going to save the Lizard and Venom until right at the end. I also think Mysterio is in this movie. But that's kind of like a later thing. Third act is when Doctor Strange says they're coming through, and all the other villains come in, as well as we see Toby and Andrew for the first time. I'd be cool if they're in earlier. I really want them to be in the movie as much as they can be in the movie. But I think, if anything, Tobey Maguire is going to be in the movie more than Andrew Garfield, because Andrew Garfield's version of the character is just not as popular. The villains are going to have costume changes because they're in different / colliding universe. So timeline stuff affects their looks. For example, Electro not being blue, Green Goblin's costume change, and potential other villains might have redesigns or slight changes to them. I think MJ is going to be saved when she's falling off the side of the scaffolding by Andrew as a way to kind of wrap up and tie up in a nice little bow the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and kind of give him a semi-character arc that we can latch on to for us Andrew Garfield fans. I think Venom is likely going to be introduced at the end of the movie to set up a sequel. I think it's going to set up either a Venom sequel or the next Spider-Man. Pretty much that. Tom Holland said if you're going to see Spider-Man after this movie, it's going to be very different from these ones. And I think this actually kind of plays into that Venom thing and plays into my next point, which is Peter will have to make a sacrifice, either himself or a loved one. That's how he finally grows up in the MCU, because he's very childish, very adolescent, not very mature. I think either MJ, Happy, or Aunt May are going to have to kind of fall on that line of sacrifices. That's the Green Goblin's thing, right? Choose. You either die a hero, live longer, see yourself become the villain. Like, that sort of Batman thing, that sort of Green Goblin from the original Sam Raimi movie, like, who are you going to save? Your girl or this group of children and tourists? That's what I want to see, and that's what I expect to see from this. I think we're also going to get some closure, some explanation about Toby and Andrew's universes and what's come of their characters since we last saw them. I would love to see some sort of flashback or some extra scenes, just a little bit to give, like if they're talking to Tom Holland's Spider-Man about what's happened to them. I would love to see some extra scenes, maybe a little bit of action film with both of them, just so we kind of get an idea of where they're at compared to where we left them in 2007 and 2014. I think that'd be really cool. So I have this section of things I'm not entirely sure on. And this is the sixth person in the Sinister Six. There's also like the Fantabulous Five, whatever it's called. That's dumb. I think we've got Mysterio based on the Empire magazine cover for No Way Home. It's had all these villains on there. They had little small emblems. And one of them is the bull, the fish bowl of Mysterio. Pretty much that. I'd love to see Mysterio in this. I hope, God, imagine if they ruin it with his drones somehow and make it like a Mysterio projection. That would... Anyway, I really hope there's an end of the movie scene, whether it be an end credit scene or whatever, where they decide to get pizza and Toby goes, "Pizza time." Or someone else says it and they go, "You say that too?" That would be great. I would love also a hero shot. And of course we're going to get this. I just want to know how. It's going to be that shot from the trailer we saw, or one more like the Avengers Age of Ultron lineup where we get to see all 3 Spider-Men swinging together at the same time. I think that would be awesome. I also hope we really get a good final swing in this movie. I also think the Statue of Liberty fight is an alternate/colliding universe. I'm not entirely sure about this. It is a thought that think of Loki. In Loki, they describe the multiverse as universes stacked on top of each other. And he who remains, his job is to keep them separate and keep these timelines separate. What I think was going to happen is that this universe we see most of this movie take place in is going to be in the middle of the Venn diagram. It's going to be all of these universes coming together, and it's going to be, this is the very center of it, which is why there's so many different things happening. I would love that. I also am confused because Doctor Strange is going on and saying all these villains died fighting Spider-Man, and that's why they're here. They have to die fighting Spider-Man in this universe. And that kind of sets up our main conflict for Peter, his internal conflict, and then external conflict with Doctor Strange. Sandman and the Lizard never died in their universes? Goblin did. Electro exploded, but is he dead? We don't really know. Venom, we don't know about. Mysterio died. And Doc Ock sacrificed himself. He wasn't fighting Spider-Man. I don't know. Here's kind of my final thoughts I gave. I feel like there's no way for me to hate this movie if it has the pacing and story beats I'm expecting. I don't expect it to take over Infinity War, Endgame, or Into the Spider-Verse's positions as my favorite Marvel movies, however. I'm not the biggest fan of the direction John Watts and co. have taken the story in past movies, but I'm hopeful for the future and the peace No Way Home will finally bring for Spider-Man movie fans. I hope that if this movie does anything, is it brings Spider-Man fans together and allows people to appreciate every version of the character. Because I've seen a lot more positive talk recently about The Amazing Spider-Man on Twitter. People still give shit just because Electro is blue. We know the writing in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 isn't the greatest, but I've seen a lot more love for it recently. I don't know if it's just my Twitter algorithm or what, but I've really enjoyed that. And I really like seeing that take place because I've always felt like such an outcast for liking the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and to see people being brought together by this character in this movie, it means a lot. Yeah, I haven't felt this type of harmonious joy among Spider-Man fans since the release of the PS4 Spider-Man game. And then also Miles Morales, which was a fantastic game as well. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the new trailer, and that's kind of the vlog for this week. Have any ideas, any thoughts, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you're thinking about the new Spider-Man trailer, about the movie in general, maybe some predictions, some crazy fan theories. Let me know. Other than that, feel free to check out all of my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Check out my Discord. Feel free to subscribe here. I make videos every single week. I upload vlogs and Pokemon content. I also have a gaming channel. I don't upload on there very often, but it does exist. I also, like I said, my Discord, that's because I stream every single day at twitch.tv/SkullHQ. I've been playing Halo Infinite since that multiplayer release. That's crazy. Apex Legends, Call of Duty Vanguard. That's kind of where we're at right now. We'll also be probably trying to play some Battlefield 2042 if that comes out and is working well. Feel free to check out all that, link down below. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Favorite the video was your favorite. Don't forget to share the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you later. Take care.